Welcome to Cash or Pass, the game show where I present a game to you and you choose if it's worth your cash or to give it a pass. Today is a special PAX Steam Demo Edition where I picked 4 games from the curated list of demos for the games that will be at PAX East 2023. Link to the curated list will be in the description. Please keep in mind that all these games today are pre-release demos, so they may change before release. Now, on to the Cash or Pass Lightning Round! Asterea, Six-Sided Oracles is a roguelite dice-building combat game very much like Slay the Spire, except, well, dice. You have 6 worlds where you need to remove the corruption that has been inflicting the land. This is done not by killing your opponent, rather by purifying them from the corruption that has taken them over. There are a ton of different effects and mechanics that can synergize with each other, like hex dice that clutter up your hand but increase the effectiveness of actions taken. Then there are abilities on your health bar that enable when you take damage, including one that allows you to re-roll 2 of your dice in your hand. As with most deck building type games, you will have a chance to remove dice from your deck and even change individual faces of a die. With no time limits, you can inspect dice, determine the best course of action, and discover new ways for everything to work together. If you liked Slay the Spire and Inscription, well then this is going to be a cash for you for sure. However, if you do not like Magic the Gathering or are aggravated by not drawing the right dice for your synergy that you're working on, then this is a pass for you. Stick It to the Stickman, a 2D roguelite beat-em-up where you play as a down-on-his-luck stick person that has to fight their way up the corporate ladder. Literally. You start at the bottom and you take out corporate lackeys, then the managers, and finally the CEO. I love how the enemy employees are deceptively simple at first until you realize that they have skills as well, like managers that can stun you with their boring speeches. On the way, you get promotions consisting of additional attacks and upgrades to level up your existing ones. The combat seems simple at first, just pressing a button to attack. Where it has depth is your skills become available sequentially in an endless loop. You must use the current attack to move on to the next one. This allows for some strategy, where you move one way to kick a single lackey, then turning around with the next attack to send a flurry of shurikens into a group coming from the other direction. Once you reach the top and beat the CEO, you're greeted by the hilariously voiced board of directors, who reset you to start all over again from the beginning. Progress comes in the way of unlocking new character classes, attacks, and even a tech tree of bonus skills enabling you to fight tougher enemies and go through them faster. Graphics are crisp and well done, with great contrast, so you always know where you and the enemies are. Sound and music are also fittingly crisp, with a low-key but fun soundtrack behind the smacks, thumps, crashes, and other sound effects from fighting in an office. This one is a cash if you like roguelites and basic 2D beat-em-ups. That is, as long as it's appropriately priced when it comes out. Pass on this if you have no interest in stick figures duking it out or dislike the reset and incremental improvement game loop that is endemic of roguelites. Speaking of roguelites, next up is MistRouge, Mist and the Living Dungeons, a 3/4 perspective dungeon crawler where the dungeon can change and be changed by you as you go through it. As with other roguelites, you lose your level progression when leaving the current run, but you do retain equipment that augments you and your abilities. And oh boy, can you get some abilities. Weapons can have upgrade slots that can add up to 4 skills on top of the initial attack. The shields and bracelets can open up another 7. You're not going to be bored once you fully kit yourself out with 12 abilities. With all of that, plus moving around, dodging, opening chests, I highly recommend using a controller. Combat is quick and fun, where the enemies telegraph their attack, allowing you to back up or dodge away and attack them from a different angle. This game is still early, and it shows with some placeholders in the dialogue and invisible walls in the town preventing you from moving wherever you want down the streets. But we can ignore that because this is part of a demo and everything should be addressed before release. Even early, it does look good, with fun enemies and attacks, animations look nice even when you take advantage of the moving dungeon to mess around with physics. If you like action RPGs or roguelites, you should consider this a cache. However, if roguelites aren't your thing, or you feel like having 12 abilities will just be too confusing to remember, then you should let this one pass on by. Have you ever had the urge to just kick everything you see in your way to the goal? Angerfoot is for you. This is a time trial first-person kicker where you play as Angerfoot, a hero with a super-powered kick. Bad guys have stolen your favorite sneakers, and it's now time to kick some ass. And doors. And, well, anything in your path. Yes, you can pick up guns, but then you forfeit the feet-only level award. Weapons are gained as you take down enemies, and nothing is more satisfying than throwing an empty gun, stunning an enemy, kicking him, taking his weapon, and shooting his buddy that was behind him. Angerfoot looks great, with a fun, cartoonish aesthetic, both in the art and the physics. Doors fly across the room when you kick them in, goons look dopey, explosions blow items all around the room, and when you find a goon on the pot, a small blurred sensor bar is protecting what little dignity he has. The music adds to the breakneck energy with constant bass propelling you through each level. The maps have basic layout mechanics, but grow more interesting as you progress. This is perfect because you spend time perfecting your runs to get the lowest time or other end-level rewards to unlock new sneakers and later new powers. This is a cache if you like time trials, frantic twitch shooting and kicking, or just a goofy aesthetic. Pass on this if you can't stand bathroom humor, feet gross you out, or just the thought of replaying levels to improve your stats causes you anxiety. Well, it's that time, fam. If you want to keep playing Cache or Pass, click on one of those links that's showing up right now. As always, thank you for stopping by. This has been Phoenix Nova for SAS Gaming. I'll see you next time.